As we leave one election season behind, another is well underway now, particularly on the Republican side in the race for governor. We told you yesterday morning that Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman has entered the race. That name added to a GOP primary that is going to be competitive as he and Congresswoman Elise Stefanik battle to see who will take on the governor next November. Blakeman stopped by New York One's headquarters yesterday and spoke to Bernadette Hogan.
I got calls from so many business leaders, especially here in New York City, who said that they think I'm the best candidate to beat Kathy Hochul. They think I would make the best governor. They saw what I did in Nassau County. Nassau County is a mirror image of the state of New York. We have almost the same demographic percentages. I want to create prosperity, create jobs, and make us safe again in New York State.
Had a few minutes myself to talk to Blakeman as he was in the offices here. Bill O'Reilly's with us, Republican political consultant. Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
This has been a long time brewing here. Blakeman was talking about getting into this race and has now pulled the trigger. Tell me what you think is ahead in this primary battle.
Yeah, things just got a lot more interesting, certainly. I mean, effectively, you're looking at a contest that could be a close one and a very competitive one. Essentially, the County Executive Blakeman controls Long Island effectively, the Republican vote there. Governor Hochul controls much of upstate Republicans up there, and then the deciding ground is going to be New York City and the Hudson Valley, pretty much. So you should see a lot of both candidates around the streets of New York if they're doing their job, and so that's good. But it's going to be an interesting race. It's one a lot of people weren't expecting. The party itself, the GOP and the Conservative Party, both went early out with Stefanik. So Blakeman is out there and he's doing his thing.
Yeah, so for Stefanik now, how much of a pivot does she has to make? She has certainly been well aligned with Donald Trump. She knows that to go up against Kathy Hochul, she has to be more moderate in the way she puts things. But does this force her and Blakeman to, as the governor put it, to try to out MAGA each other over the next few months?
Yeah, a little bit. They're going to have to go to the right, and that would have been the benefit to Stefanik if it was an open field. For her, is she could immediately go right to the center, and while Governor Hochul is a little bit pinned to the left because she can't anger their left flank and pick up a primary, so it would have been a nice situation. But now you have a race where both have to kind of skew to the right a little bit. They're both friends of Trump, and the president, of course, yesterday said that they're both great people. He's
Right.
not putting his thumb on the scale, so it's going to be interesting. I think a lot of people are surprised of the last 24 hours.
He's not putting his thumb on the scale yet. Uh,
Yeah,
is he judicious through an entire campaign of just letting these two battle it out, or at some point might we see him weigh in?
you know, there's a part of like Stefanik. Everybody knows about the loyalty she showed him, and she got very famous over those the hearings on the Ivy League, the Ivy League
Hmm.
presidents. But and she's well known upstate and the rest of it. But Blakeman goes back with Trump, probably 45, almost 50 years. Like they play golf together a lot. Like they're old New York guys, and Trump's a guy's guy. So I don't know. I think he's going to stay on the sidelines at least for the short term and maybe for the long term.
So I wonder here if there's a lesson from the Andrew Cuomo campaign. Mamdani had this relatively optimistic campaign. Cuomo kept coming in with, the city's going to hell, and we need to crack down on crime. It was a more pessimistic view of the state of things in New York City. Will that become a liability for Republicans in terms of what city voters want to hear? Both have certainly played up this idea that New York is not as safe as some New Yorkers think it is.
Yeah, I think it'll work with New Yorkers. I think it's a conversation that they're certainly open to hearing. The other thing that the Democrats are famously pushing is affordability, and the arguments the Republicans have been making in New York for about the last 150 years is that New York is unaffordable because of Democrats. So I think that will be those talking points will be safe with New Yorkers. I think they will emphatically agree with the Republicans that it's too damn expensive to live in the city. And so it should be interesting. But unlike other gubernatorial races with Republicans, I really hope that the two come into the city and camp out there
Yeah.
because Staten Island, Queens, pockets of Manhattan, there's a lot of votes there. They're going to be picking them up from here and there.
There's not a candidate for office right now that's not using the word affordability and claiming they're the one who can
Exactly.
solve the problem.
Exactly.
All right, a quick final question here, Bill. How vulnerable is Hochul?
She should be. She should be. It depends. I think we're going to know where we are in 6 months with the stock market, with the Trump administration. Governor Hochul should be very vulnerable. If these were normal times, she'd be really teetering. She has some institutional, good fortune built in over what's going on nationally, but she should be vulnerable.
We'll see what happens. Bill O'Reilly, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.